Hello people, welcome back to Perfect PCO. Today's video, we're going to be talking about one-way roads. Another very important aspect to the TFL Topographical Test. Everyone who is applying for a PCO license obviously already has a driver's license. So all of you know exactly what a one-way road is. But the issue comes in when you're actually drawing a route on the map and you come across these one-way roads and they confuse you. They confuse you and start to make you think illogically. So we're going to get into exactly what the one-way arrows are, exactly what they mean, and also where people get confused and mess up when they're drawing the routes. Before we get started, if any of you are interested in taking mock tests, classroom route planning training, or one-to-one training, all information will be in the description box below. Promo code James5, which is for the online mock tests, as you can see just next to my head. The original price is $24.99, but with the promo code you will receive a discount on that. And if you use the promo code James10, you will get a discount on the route planning training. As you can see at the bottom there, it says £99, but with the promo code you will get a discount on that also. The great thing about PCO London is they use this exact same software that TFL use for the exam, and the software that I'll be using for these videos, that I'll be using for my training, is also the exact same software that TFL use and PCO London use. So here we've got a long one-way road arrow. Now, as I've mentioned before in my previous videos, the one-way road only lasts as long as the arrow lasts. As long as the arrow is, that's how long the one way is. So we'll just get over the basics first. Meaning being, if I was coming from this road, A412, and I'm turning in to Harwood's Road, I can go all the way down to here and either take a left or a right if I want to. That is perfectly fine. And we haven't done anything wrong there. The only time you would be doing something wrong is if you went from this point and you kept going straight down. That now obviously is a major fail because you've gone down a one-way road. But it's only a one-way road as long as the arrow lasts. Okay, guys. Now let's imagine that our red marker is on this St. Olave's Road at the A. So imagine our red marker is here on the A. You can do either of two things. What most people do is they'll see that arrow and they won't think as if they're on a normal road. If you were on a normal road, to get to this point where I've marked the A, just remember the A. We're trying to get to the A on St. Olave's. So imagine we're coming from this direction and we want to get to that A. What most people do, which is fine, it's not a mistake, but in other questions it can cost you. So what most people do is that they'll follow this arrow like this just because they've seen the arrow, and then they'll go here and come round to the A this way. There's nothing wrong with that, but just remember that the arrows don't mean that you have to travel all the way to the end of them. You can just as well take a right turn there on Duke's Road and then end up at the A a lot sooner than if you were to go round. It's not a big mistake, something as small as that. But on other questions, if you're following a big, long arrow just because the arrow's there, then when you're ignoring a totally other quicker way, it can cost you. Now, people only do this because they just don't think. They just see the arrow and follow it. But I'm trying to get you guys to not be on autopilot. You need to be switched on at all times in these exams. So when you see a one-way, try not to be on autopilot thinking you got to follow it all the way. If you can take a turn off it like we've just done here, which will make it a lot quicker to get to your destination, then do that. Now, just to highlight and further magnify what the point I was trying to get across. Imagine if the one-ways you just had to follow the arrows and you weren't allowed to turn off them. You'd just be going in a complete circle until the end of eternity because you're just following the arrows, right? And I know it makes sense to you guys, but if you point out something as obvious as this, it will get your brains thinking when you're in doing the other questions. So now another thing that a lot of people do is that they see this one way arrow and they totally avoid going up there. But as I've previously stated, again, coming up this way and turning left is perfectly fine. So don't be put off by these arrows. The one way ends when the arrow ends. So if there's a left turn there you can take, then take it. The only thing you cannot do is go straight up here. That's it. That's all the one-way roads mean. Now, guys, another situation where there might be single lane traffic or one-way roads, but there is no arrow, is Blackwall Tunnel. So as we all know, in this country, we drive on the left-hand side. With that in mind, if you're joining Blackwall Tunnel, you should be on the left-hand side. You shouldn't be on this side. That's wrong. You should be on the left-hand side, right? So with that in mind, as we travel up, as of now, there's 2 lanes being separated by a central reservation. This black line that you can see here on the A102. Now, as we approach the tunnel approach, and as you can see, after the tunnel approach, we have those broken lines appearing again, as explained in my previous video last week. The broken lines mean you're going underground. So long as you're sticking to the left, then as Blackwall Tunnel branches off, you'll be in the right lane. Now, this is single lane traffic, but there's no reason or there's no need for a one-way road arrow to be put there, because as you can see, the 2 lanes have branched off. So that should be enough for you to realize, okay, this lane is for going north. And as soon as we approach the tunnel approach on the exit, which is right here, tunnel approach, Blackwall Tunnel approach, the lanes meet again. And they're separated by that black line. So if we wanted to go down south, we'd have to be on the opposite side. This is the left side going south. And what I try and teach people sometimes as well, if you're traveling upwards, then your left is your left as normal. If you're traveling down, then you turn yourself around, and the left will be on the opposite side. So here we have again the 2 lanes branching off, and once again, there's no need for a one-way road arrow, because so long as you're driving on the correct side of the road, you should have no problem knowing that this side is for going south. And we've got to the tunnel approach on the south side. The lanes meet again. I have seen some people make this mistake before. Say we're going south of the river. We're going to go from north to south. I've seen some people go like this and then cross over and come down here. Now, after what we've just been through and we've just explained, you should know that this you can never do, because you're coming down the side of the tunnel where traffic is going in the opposite direction. So this is wrong. Now, as I said, in real life, you wouldn't make these mistakes. But when you are looking at the map and practically drawing a route on the map, sometimes your brain can confuse you and have you thinking illogically, as I said at the beginning. But so long as you stick to the left-hand side of the road and you come across something like Blackwall Tunnel, where there's no clear one-way road markings, you should have no problem so long as you stick to the left. Because at the beginning, you're already driving on the left. And when you come to a certain point, your lane branches off. Same going the other way. So I hope I've cleared up any questions you guys had regarding one-way roads or single lane traffic, single lane roads. If there's anything else, if there's anything that I didn't cover and you guys want me to cover it, then let me know in the comments and I'll answer any questions. Other than that, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.